Namaste, Jai Hind and welcome to this edition of The Right Stand. I'm Anand Narasimhan. Prime Minister Narendra Modi praised the Defence Research and Developmental Organisation or the DRDO scientists for Mission Divyastra, the first flight test of the indigenously developed Agni 5 missile with multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicle or the MIRV technology. The Agni 5 has a range of 5,000 kilometers and is developed keeping the long-term security needs of Bharat in mind. The Agni 1 to 4 missiles have ranges from 700 kilometers to 3,500 kilometers and have already been deployed. Now we'll tell you all about Agni 5 and its significance, ladies and gentlemen. First up, its weight is 50,000 kilograms or 50 tons. Speed is 24 Mach speed. Length is 17.5 meters. The engine is a 3-stage solid engine. The diameter is about 2 meters. The nuclear warhead capacity is 1.5 tons or 1,500 kilograms. The operation range is 5,500 to 8,000 kilometers. So anywhere across the globe, ladies and gentlemen. Now with the test of Mission Divyastra, India has now joined a select group of countries that have the MIRV capability, ladies and gentlemen. Bharat has tested Agni 5 with the MIRV technology. The other nations are the United States, the United Kingdom, France, which has MIRV on submarine and launched ballistic missile. China has MIRV on intercontinental ballistic missile. Russia has the MIRV on intercontinental ballistic missile. MIRV on submarine has also launched a ballistic missile. So it's got both land and sea capabilities. Pakistan is currently experimenting with this entire MIRV technology. But Bharat is only the 6th nation to have this capability, and this is the land capability and land and air capability. So why is Agni 5 important for Bharat? The long-range missile is a testament to Bharat's growing technological prowess and is aimed mainly at thwarting the challenge from China. Agni 5 is an indigenously built advanced surface-to-surface ballistic missile. This system is equipped with indigenous avionics systems and high-accuracy sensor packages which ensure that re-entry vehicles reach the target points within the desired accuracy. The missile is developed under the Integrated Guided Missile Development Program. A single missile can deploy 5 warheads, multiple warheads at different locations. So it can go up to a particular distance and deploy into different locations. The Agni 5 missile is also unique in that it is the first projectile to be successfully launched at its maximum operational range, surpassing 5,000 kilometers. It is a fire and forget missile which cannot be stopped without an interceptor missile. The missile can bring almost the entire Asia, including the northernmost part of China, under its striking range. The missile can also bring several regions in Europe within its striking range. The project director is a lady, a woman. Significant women contribution towards developing this technology and also executing it and successfully test firing it. Proud moment for Bharat, ladies and gentlemen, and a big statement to the neighborhood. Don't take panga. Because we can give it back to you, and we can, like the Prime Minister said, ghus ke marenge. That's what this Agni 5 capability allows us to do. Let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. Another big development. Just as the Prime Minister announced the successful test firing, the Home Minister has now put up the notification for CAA 2019. This is the 39-page notification sheet or the online sheet that needs to be filled. This is in English right now. And this has just been put out by the Union Home Minister Amit Shah after the announcement that the government has notified CAA 2019. And this is just days ahead of the poll dates being announced and just months ahead of Lok Sabha 2024. Another promise in its manifesto that's been fulfilled, CAA will be implemented, was the commitment that Prime Minister and the Home Minister gave. And that's what's happened. And this has happened 4 years after the bill was passed. The Home Ministry notifying the Citizenship Amendment Act's rules, paving the way for laws implementation across the country and making it easier for persecuted minorities from all around Bharat who had to bear the brunt of partition, that is Pakistan, Afghanistan and Bangladesh. They will get proper citizenship in Bharat. and they will get Indian citizenship. The ministry said all the applications for the citizenship will be submitted in a completely online mode and a portal for the same has been created. The opposition meanwhile questioning the timing of the bill and saying it targets a particular religion. The BJP hitting back and saying it does not discriminate. So the rules are very, very clear. And 10A, applicant for the grant of citizenship, it says application from a person eligible under section 6B for grant of citizenship by registration naturalization shall not be entertained. And then the rules are notified. 39 pages which want all the details to be put. And under the Citizenship Rules Act 2009, an affidavit is the last page which talks about this affidavit, which also wants the verification and eligibility certificate. Is this a political jumla? How much of a difference will it make? One thing, ladies and gentlemen, near more than 2 crore Mathuas in Bengal are currently celebrating, and the celebration pictures are also coming through. Priyanka Tibrewal of the BJP with us, Ghanshyam Tiwari, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party with us, Lokesh Jindal, political analyst with us who backs the Congress Party, and Gargi Nandi Roy, analyst, supports the BJP, joining us from Bengal. We'll also try and see if we have Kanchan Gupta ji, Senior Advisor, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, joining us. We'll go to him whenever he does. Gargi Nandi Roy, how significant, how important is this? And is this too late?
No, I think it's not too late. Firstly, to my congratulations to the government, to Amit Shah ji for this. And this is a historic day today. So my congratulations to them. And I hope this time some preemptive actions will be taken to avoid any riot or anything like that. And it is very significant because let's not forget that our country was divided on the grounds of religion, Anand. And we know because my ancestors also came from erstwhile East Pakistan, now Bangladesh. Okay, so we know the population of Hindu population, there was 30% in East Pakistan, now Bangladesh, now it is 7%. In Pakistan, it was around 20%, more than 20%, now hardly 1.6%. So we know it is very much required. And I think, the people who are disrupting this, I think, they really want some chaos in this country. This is not against any religion. This is to secure dignity, secure human dignity. And first and foremost, it does not apply to any Indian, irrespective of religion, Muslim or otherwise. So I do not know. And people who are opposing the CAA, I think, they should remember the Lautenberg-Specter Amendment of America. In 1989, the Lautenberg, they gave to the persecuted Jews of former Soviet Union, and then it was extended to those persecuted in Iran in 2004, the Specter Amendment. So now, as per the Lautenberg-Specter Amendment of the US, all the Jews, Christians and Baha'is who are persecuted in Iran, they can jump the queue and get US citizenship. We have not heard any liberals in USA criticizing successive governments for the Lautenberg-Specter Amendment. The liberals here, I know they just, they remind me of Jinnah. Jinnah had once said that we want India either divided or destroyed. So whoever is opposing this, they really want India destroyed. Why shouldn't this country be given? And where they are talking that injustice towards Muslims, why Muslims? It is not even applicable to Hindus, the Tamils of Sri Lanka. They are not getting, even the Hindu Rohingyas, who are minorities among minorities. And if you remember in Myanmar, how the Hindus were killed. They were killed, raped, but even those Hindu Rohingyas are not getting. They can get asylum, they have asylum. But they are also not getting. So where is it against the Muslim, and what it has to do with Indian Muslims? The Indian Muslims must understand that it is a ploy to incite them and create a chaos in the country.
Most of the incitement, Gargi ji, was not purely with CAA. It was seen in conjunction with NRC. So CAA was seen in conjunction with NRC. Here there is no conversation or talk about NRC at all. The conversation is purely on the CAA 2019 and the rule notification that's happened. Lokesh Jindal, where do you stand on this rule notification?
Well, at the KT Desai Memorial, the Chief Justice of India, he delivered a lecture. And in that lecture, he stated that we, the people of India, must be ever inclusive and expansive in character. Look, Anand, India is already a signatory to the UNHCR. We have certain with respect to human rights. We have supported the very basic essence of human rights. However, the point is the manner in which the Citizenship Amendment Act is being presented and it is being politicized. It is not as per the very ethos of Constitution of India. In order to, now you talk about National Register of Citizens, let me bring about the report that was submitted on the basis of a finding by the Supreme Court. So the Supreme Court, it had monitored National Registers of Citizens for Assam, which was published on 31st of August 2019. Now, as per that report, there were 3.4 crore people who have applied for it. And if the if the Assam Accord was to be considered, then 19 lakh individuals were ineligible to get citizenship. The point is, the Assam Accord that was signed in 1985, which had barred recognizing people who had migrated to Assam after 24th of March 1971, is completely disregarded. It is going to cause a civil unrest in Assam. And secondly, the very wording that is being used to not include Muslims in those who are being persecuted or who are held as refugees is something which does not go with the essence of the Constitution of India. The wise approach could have been that the state could have worded it better. It could have stated persecuted minorities, and it could have stated certain individuals whose human rights is being infringed upon. It could have brought about a generalized law rather than excluding a particular religion.
Okay. Priyanka Tibrewal, how would you want to respond? I'm looking at the rules notification, these 39 pages I have. So it has multiple classifications in terms of the applicant. One is that you have to come under 6B. The other one is that there are different classifications. They ask for whether you are married to a person of Indian origin, so then you are asking for citizenship. Whether you have submitted and you've stayed for a minimum of 6 years in that 8 years classification, and in the last 11 months have you been residing in India. It also openly asks you which nation do you belong to, and from where that nation, which persecuted minority of that nation. And the nations are Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Pakistan. Please specify which of the minority community from Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Pakistan you belong to, namely Hindu, Sikhs, Buddhists, Jains, Parsis, Christians. So there are multiple aspects. But why did this take such a long time, Priyanka Tibrewal? There is nothing out of the ordinary that looks
here. I will not at all try and explain what is there in the CAA Amendment Act which is coming, because we have been debating on this from 2019. And every time we have tried to explain what this is, who will be getting this citizenship, on what ground, on what basis, on the religious persecution which has happened to people belonging from minorities in Afghanistan, Bangladesh and Pakistan. Now, who were the minorities there? That also we have categorically explained, that the 6 communities which included Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist, Jain, Parsis and Christians. Now, we had seen that there was a number of staged protests, and people, of course, not to forget, like Mamata Banerjee, when they were shouting and yelling and saying, Kaka, Chi, we will not allow this to happen. But again, today I will repeat that has always stood firm on its word. Whatever we had promised, whether it was the abrogation of 370, Teen Talaq, Ram Mandir and now CAA, all our promises we have fulfilled. And now whatever we was there in the act, which I will again repeat, we have debated on it number of occasions. It was just because there were certain radical elements. Now they were supported by whom? Because we have seen Shaheen Bagh, we had seen number of riots which took place, and then we people like Sarjil Islam and all that, and then it came out that it was the opposition who was, emboldening their confidence to do all that. So accordingly, everything proceeded, and we, took care of each and everything so that no questions can be asked in a way to misguide people, because that is what was actually happening. Here the opposition, what they were doing is that they were trying to tell certain people that this CAA is an anti-Muslim act.
No, whatever they were doing.
So it took us some time, but the rules are framed.
No.
And now it is being implemented.
There is, if you look at it, you are a lawyer yourself, and if you can peruse this, there is nothing out of the ordinary in terms of the rule notification that should take 4 long years to bring, to notify, Priyanka ji. Why has it taken 4 long? In saying, in the said rules after Rule 11, the following rule shall be inserted. That's what the insertion is. Now, even now they are saying applicant in the electronic form to empowered committee through district level committee as may be notified by the central government. Now, this district level committee needs to be notified. That notification
And
also
although
has to
I
be
do
done.
not have the copy of the notification at the moment with me, but still
yeah.
I will tell you, I haven't even gone through it. But I'll tell you one thing, that the question is, why did it take so long? The same thing can be asked to Congress, who had started all the Assam Accord, Rajiv Gandhi did all that, but they never did anything. They just spoke, and we deliver. When we said something, we have fulfilled the promise. Although the entire opposition, they stood against BJP. They wanted to miscommunicate the fact. They wanted that riot should take place in the country.
Okay. Home Minister Amit Shah ji has you can access his, if you are on X, you can access his post, Indian Citizenship Online.nic.in/user guide/e. That's the link that he has posted, and we are accessing this 39-page rule notification there. You can all peruse.
It's just come to me. It's just come to me.
To all our viewers, you can peruse this online, and the PDF is already doing the rounds across all the WhatsApp groups. But Ghanshyam Tiwari ji, how would you look at this? Is this going to translate into political gains, or is this one box ticked, that box which had been left vacant or pending for the last 4 years by the government?
Good evening, Anand, to you, the viewers and fellow co-panelists. I want to congratulate the spin doctors of Modi government, that on the day when the entire government stands buck naked in front of the Supreme Court again on the matter of electoral bonds, when either the Prime Minister should offer resignation out of shame, or the Finance Minister should offer resignation out of shame, or at least one of the 13 board of directors in SBI should offer resignation out of shame, or at least SBI chairman should offer resignation out of shame. They have spun something out. They have spun something out that was on the shelves lying for 4 years, that the BJP spokesperson here, an eminent lawyer, said even she has not had a time to read. Why are they spinning it out? Because
Mr.
today the
Ghanshyam
nation
Tiwari,
is asking.
I did not
interrupt
I
anybody.
said I did not get the copy.
Okay,
I did not
Of the
interrupt.
notification.
I will let him
Not
speak.
the act. I
Yeah,
said
yeah.
the
I did
notification.
not
Noted, Priyanka ji.
I did not interrupt.
Whatever
So-
the objections we'll raise once he makes his point. Yeah.
When a government stands buck naked, they said that they stand true to their word. They said in 100 days they will bring the black money from Swiss bank. Today SBI looks like a Swiss Bank of India, where they are going to the Supreme Court and saying that it will take them more than 100 days to print out who are the crony capitalists who are hand in glove, such that between 2001 to 2014, BJP got some 3,000 crores of donation. After that, almost every year they've gotten more donations. Why does BJP require tens of thousands of crores of donations? And then how does it have the courage to stand in Supreme Court and say that the citizen doesn't have the right to know, that they will not reveal? Today, even they sent SBI as their stooge to stand in front of the government for the lawyer whose money was being paid by the taxpayers. So I repeat, when you read the newspapers tomorrow, understand that the spin doctors of Modi government does not know whether they want Modi ji to compete with brand Nehru or brand Natwar Lal. Because when you read in the newspapers tomorrow, understand that this party has taken you for a ride. There is a whole scam of corruption that it wants to hide before the elections. We are going into an election with 97 crore voters. If they are talking about CAA, let them present data. Going into an election with 97 crore voters and you have one election commissioner, what do they think? BJP may think that India has become a banana republic. The Supreme Court does not think so. The voters of India do not think so. Even the election commissioner who resigned does not think so. So yes, good job. Congratulations to the spin doctors. CAA notification or not, people know that you stand buck naked in front of the country because of the designs of your corruption.
Now Priyanka Tibrewal, please respond.
Yes. So I can very well understand the frustration which Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari ji and the other person, Mr. Jindal, is having here, because see, they tried their best in the name of India Alliance, but nothing worked out at the end. Now when they know that the entire country is with Modi, whatever Modi does, their frustration is always so very visible on their face. But nothing can happen, because in democracy, it is the people who talk, and the people are talking. We have seen the people talking from 2014 until date, they are talking, and you will see it soon. Now see, he has spoken everything except the CA. He was here to talk about CA, but he's talking everything else. Now, this is political frustration. Once again, I mentioned. Why are they unhappy? If we are guaranteeing and if we are giving citizenship to people who were oppressed, they are not happy that these oppressed people will now at least get their dignity, which was pending from so many years, which Congress had promised them, but they delivered nothing. So we are here to deliver. You were there to promise. You have made all the false and fake promises, but don't worry, ye Modi ki guarantee hai, and we will be there for our promises and we'll fulfill them.
One of the aspects is in 2018, the Supreme Court itself, the Supreme Court bench, while upholding electoral bonds, said if money is coming into white and it's not black, then we welcome it, any form of, and they had upheld a certain level of transparency that was there in the system, because some of the donors may not be very comfortable with their knowledge being public, because that transparency was involved, because it could affect their entire, and it was their right to privacy somewhere, that was what was upheld, and it could lead to a snowballing of a lot of other issues where it could hurt their own business interests. The other aspect, Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari, the fact that you are linking the electoral bonds directly to donations only to the BJP could be a misnomer, could be absolutely right. There is no proof as of now yet. You asking the questions on the SBI, etc., why they're taking so much time is a different point.
2016 to 2022, Anand, you have covered journalism, you have been in journalism for over 10 years at least. 2016 to 2022, BJP got in donation 10,122 crores.
Okay, so
I challenge any of your viewers.
Are you upset that the BJP got donations? Are you grudging the... No, 1 minute. No, I'm just saying... Okay, please complete. Please complete.
10,122 crores. I challenge the BJP spokesperson, any of your viewers, any journalist in India to tell us even where this 2% of this money came from. This country cannot be run by a messiah who's neck in corruption.
Okay. Now. See, you can make fact. 1 minute. Factual allegations, allegations, and fact-based allegations are okay. Unnecessary, unwanted name calling can be refrained from. First up,
where is the name?
No, 1 minute. Are you first up saying that you are grudging a party receiving donations, or you want to know who are the people who have given him donations so that we can take them to task? What is your address? This one, so I can go out and literally ring them out, cancel them out in public, and give them a public hanging and defame them so that they never dare to donate to that party. Is that your attitude, or are you worried कि ये कौन लोग हैं जो इस party को इतना पैसा दे रहे हैं? कौन है ये लोग? Because मुझे जानना है. No. This is different from wanting to know where public money is coming from. Secondly, sir, you are representing a party whose principals have been charged with having disproportionate assets. You are representing an opposition where there are certain netas. 1 minute. Where there are certain netas who are out on bail on charges of corruption, and that too, those charges have been upheld by the court, and they are out on bail since 2015. My question to you, sir, is it comes a little rich from the party you represent and the grouping that you represent to talk on corruption. You have made an allegation against the Prime Minister on corruption. Can you prove that allegation? Is a question I leave you. But I'm not going to allow you to derail the debate and take it away from the subject matter of the debate, that is the CAA rule notification. Ghanshyam Tiwari, 1 minute, sir. I'm respectfully telling you, come back. If you're going to debate on CAA rule notification, we'll take it further. No. I'm not going to take this forward. I have left those questions there.
You asked some questions.
I have left those questions there because you also pushed out certain rhetorical and hyperbole, and I put out those questions for the viewers to also understand and appreciate. Gargi Nandi Roy, coming to you in just a bit. Mr. Kanchan Gupta is there with us. Kanchan Gupta ji, namaste. Thank you very much for speaking with us here at CNN News 18. This is Anand Narasimhan here. Kanchan ji, how important or how significant it is this rule notification? I have the 39 pages here. What is it that is so extraordinary that took the government 4 years to notify this?
No, there were issues involved with fleshing out the rules in a manner that they are not prone to misuse or abuse. We also know that we lost substantial time because of the very violent and very uncalled for protests by people who had not even read the first opening line of the Citizenship Amendment Act. and then subsequently we had two bad years of COVID, and that is also common knowledge. And now we have it. So this is a procedure which could not have been short-circuited, and it has happened. You have to keep in mind that the intervening years were lost because of the pandemic.
Now, how significant is this rule notification? 39 pages, a lot of it sounds quite complex. I've got the English copy. Is it there in multiple languages for the people to fill it online?
39 pages sounds a lot, but if you go through the notification, the first few pages are to do with the rules. The subsequent pages are sample forms. If you just check, there are sample forms on what are the details that are needed, photographs, etc., etc. Now you have to keep in mind that the Citizenship Amendment Act 2019 has three specific goals. One, it is to provide some succor, some relief, some shelter to members of persecuted minority communities in India's Muslim majority neighborhood countries. So whether it is Pakistan, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, the idea is to give them some sense of relief, some sense of shelter, and some sense of protection. That is purpose number one. Purpose number two is to everybody who seeks shelter in India, irrespective of religion, has the right to apply for citizenship. Now, what does CAA 2019 do? It just short circuits, it just hastens the process and puts you ahead of the queue, in the queue, and you are therefore assured of citizenship.
Right.
At the end of it. Number three, there is a 2014, December 31st, 2014 cutoff. So these are the rules. I mean, the rules and the act are for people who entered India before December 31st, 2014. Now these being the broad guidelines.
But December 31st, 2014, by default about 10 years you have to be in Bharat. This is the 9th year for those who came in on or before 31st December 2014. So they should be naturally eligible if they have sought asylum in Bharat, and they should be eligible for citizenship even on the without the CAA Amendment Act 2019. But Kanchanji, page number 3.
Anand, it takes more than 10 years. A normal course it takes 11, 12, 13 years. And there is always the big question mark whether at the end of it you will get it or not get it. So this makes it very clear that if you are either a Hindu or a Buddhist or a Sikh or a Jain or a Parsi who has fled because of religious discrimination, because of being discriminated against by virtue of your religion, Pakistan, Afghanistan or Bangladesh.
Kanchanji, so then let me quickly ask you, sir.
Your citizenship.
Quickly ask you, sir. Page 3 says that an application for registration or naturalization under section 6B shall be submitted by the applicant in electronic form to the empowered committee through district level committee as may be notified by the central government. So in how many districts do we have a designated officer already appointed, or is that appointment still due?
As far as I know, there are various states and various districts where this devolution of authority has already been done. You would know that in Rajasthan, in Gujarat, they have the power. I mean, authority has been devolved to the local officials over there to determine and decide citizenship process.
Right.
So this is not a very complicated part of the process. The district collector, district magistrate, anybody can be empowered to do the needful over here.
Right. Kanchan Gupta ji, thank you for speaking with us. That notification, is that already out? We have to wait and watch. How many online applications? How many?
Take 30 seconds from you, please.
Please.
All I would request through you, I would request your viewers that all details are in the public domain. Nothing is behind the scene. before you come to any conclusion, please go through the act. It's a very short, very brief 4-page act. If you want to know the rules, Anand says 39 pages, but only the first 4-5 pages are relevant for purposes of information, and you just go through it before you
Ji.
start screaming about it. Thank you
Ji.
very much.
Ji, thank you very much for speaking with us, Kanchanji. Thank you very much. Thank you to all our other guests. This debate will rage. We'll get to peruse these details further and also get down to see how actually is the process of online filling of the forms, how easy, difficult it is. And we will track the first person who by this method becomes a citizen of Bharat. Let's move on, ladies and gentlemen, here on The Right Stand. The arrest of Tamil film producer and former